7's podcast. I did not make that name. It was just going to be Razor Red 7, but when I chose Podbean as my hosting platform, they just kind of made it themselves. So I'm cool with it, though. I like it. So, what a day. My God. I had one of the worst days out here in Stuart. And it didn't happen until the end of the day, which is fine. Because I was cleaning up anyways. But for what I do, alright, I install fire alarms. That's what I do. Okay? And one of the contractors, alright, so there's like 3 contractors out there, and then this is the main contractor. And that's who, in a sense, ends up paying us. So, and this guy, he's new, and he's throwing his weight around is what he's doing. And I understand it. He's been there for about 2 months, and he has done nothing but piss off the contractors. Like just the people installing stuff, whether it be the sprinkler system, the AC, the drywallers. He just walks around, and he's got no people skills. And he's not even authoritative. He just presents himself as icky. There's just no way to describe how this guy is. He gets under people's skin very easy, and he's very good at it. And I don't know if you guys seen the Brooklyn Nine. He's the guy, the crazy guy he's like, oh, I'm in love, blah blah blah. He's that guy with glasses. Maybe the guy in the show has glasses. No, I don't think he does. But I'm just like, he came up to me. He goes, you need to do this, this, and this. I was like, I actually don't. But I was like, all right. And I'm a nice person when it comes to contractors. And I always bite my tongue when it comes to contractors. Because in a sense, if I do slip up, the contractor calls my job, and then my job yells at me and or fires me. So I don't want that to happen. So, well, he had said one thing a while back when he started, and I let it go. I usually always let it go. Or I walk away, or I tell him, you're done, we're not talking again. Which is usually what I do. I've done it before at a different job where this guy just absolutely screamed at me. And I was like, no, we're done talking. He goes, well, I'm not finished. I was like, I don't care. And I walked away. And then later on that day, that same guy is like, look, that wasn't me being mean. I was like, really? Do you talk to people like that on a day-to-day basis? He goes, yeah. I was like, well, that's not going to work for me. So I cut ties, communication ties with that guy, and I was talking to his foreman. That's just how I work. I just don't think that you need to yell at me on a job site where I'm doing my job, and I'm doing it right. Not all the time. I ain't perfect, but I'm doing my job, and I'm early, and I'm getting it done, and you don't need to yell at me. So, so today, all right. So this was number 3. Wait, 1, 2. He yelled at me for trash, which I always try to pick up, but you got other guys, and stuff happens. And you know what? I was informed about it before he asked me about it, so my fault for not getting to it in time. But I've got more important things to do than throw trash away. And it was in a corner. It was stacked up neatly to get to it later. So I just didn't think it was that important. But he yelled at me for that, and then he yelled at me for I told him that I was going to start doing, device. I have no idea what happened with my computer. It just crapped the fuck out. And it says my audio disc is full. I may need to check that. We'll try and continue at this point. I don't know what that means. It looks like it's running pretty smooth. Anyways, so I had my rough-in inspection, and since this building is so big, we have to do it in sections, because that's how they're building it. They build one end, and then they partially build another end, and then so I've got to wire with them as they go. God, I'm gonna have to edit this. That pisses me off. But so the inspectors show up. Inspectors, two people, a woman and a man. And I was not ready for it, so I gathered up my things and got ready and stuff like that. And we went over some stuff. And these two inspectors are very thorough, and they're just finding stuff wrong with that section. Like, there's not enough. There's no fire caulk. There's this, and I was like, well, I don't do fire caulk. That's for the electricians. All right, well, they need to get on it. That's fine. Well, the fire sprinklers weren't caulked. I was like, well, they're not done, and you're not here for that. And he's like, I know. I'm just letting him know. And he goes, well, he said some crazy shit. I really can't go into detail with the company and stuff like that, but he blatantly lied to the AHJ. And I looked over while I was looking at the prints and just looked at him as he was just telling this fable. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, I've been dealing with HJ for a long time. And that's authority having jurisdiction. Every jurisdiction has fire marshals, fire inspectors, and stuff like that. And it all depends on what jurisdiction you're in to how they foresee the code. So, like in Miami, oh, that place is mean. Oh God, you better be on it, on your code in Miami, and because of all those storms that took out Miami back in the day, they really enforce their codes over there. Those inspectors, you really got to get on their good side. If not, they're gonna find every little bitty thing and fail you. Well, over here, it's not that bad in Stuart, Florida. Excuse me. So they do their thing, and it happens. I barely passed, but it passed, and that's good enough for me. And it wasn't to the fact that I barely passed because I didn't do certain things. It was because fire caulk. I don't do fire caulk. It's not in my contract to do it. So they're like, well, we're going to pass you as long as these things get done when we do a rough-in inspection on the other side that you're working on now. I said, fair enough. We'll fix it. And so that goes down. The inspectors were super cool. I mean, I can't complain. They were cracking up, joking, having a good time. So it's just when those people come there, that's kind of, I've got to be proper and professional, and they were there. So I get a little flustered when they're there. It's not like they're cops or anything like that, but that I as an installer make sure my stuff looks good for them to see it. So if they're like, oh yeah, you did a good job, man. All right, boom, pass. I want to have that communication, that relationship with the inspectors. So when they do see my face, they're like, oh, well, if you did it like the last building, you just give me the prints, I'll sign it off. That's the relationship you always want with a HJ or a fire marshal, whatever. You always want to have that thing. Like in town, yes, I know quite a bit of the fire marshals there, but I'm always professional with them. I don't like start cutting up and joking around because no, it doesn't work that way. But yeah, so they leave, they sign my prints saying this has been inspected. So now they can start putting up the ceiling, they can get all the rest of their stuff done because our stuff got inspected. Cool. So this guy, contractor, comes up. Hey, and I'm like, what? I look back and I'm like, yeah. I mean, usually on a job site, hey, Sparky, for the electricians. Hey, low voltage guy, which is me. Or hey, this. No, he just said, hey, really loud. I was like, what the fuck? I turned around. There he was. I was like, oh, God. Yeah. Hey, so he goes on this whole spiel about, I don't like those. He didn't put it that way. Hold on. I want to put words in his mouth, even though I don't like him. He said, look, when you call in an inspection, we need to make sure that we call it in for the fire sprinkler and you so we can get it, knocked out at the same time. And then he goes on about all the fire sprinkler stuff. And I'm listening to him. I was like, sir, it doesn't work that way. He goes, yes, it does. I was like, no, it doesn't. I am quicker than the fire sprinklers. But here's the thing with fire sprinklers: they should have been done. They should have been done 2 months ago. I usually come in after the sprinklers are already in and pressure tested. Usually right around there, or they're just finishing up and then they're pressure testing. I'm not saying anything about the sprinkler company that's there because they're actually really good. It's just they don't have enough men, and it's a big building. It's a half dog leg, and on the other side it's 3 stories. So he's trying to get what he can done, but it's and the engineer really screwed up on those corridors, and he's having problems trying to get pipe here because the first set of prints are wrong, so they had to get a revision, and it's been a pain in the ass for him, and he's trying his best. He's a good dude, but so he's saying all this stuff about sprinklers, and I'm like, sir, it I don't care about the sprinklers. He goes, well, because of this, it's the same guy that comes out to do the inspection on the sprinklers. So when you call in your inspection, I want to make sure the sprinkler guy's done so we can do it all at once. I was like, sir, it doesn't work that way. And at this point, I was proper. I'm raising my voice a little bit, but I'm telling him it doesn't work that way. He goes, don't tell me how it works. I know how it works. I'm the contractor. I'm like, okay, if you have to say that, you don't know how to do fire. You may know how to do call in stuff, but you don't even have the right to call in my inspection because it's life safety. So he's doing all this stuff, and he's repeating himself. So I told him, like, sir, again, it doesn't work that way. And he goes, don't. He started again to repeat himself, and I'm repeating myself. Notice. So I told him I could care. I could fucking care less about the goddamn sprinkler system, and I lost it. I usually don't. I usually just I tell him, look, I don't want to talk to you no more, and then I walk away. But this guy has been up my ass. But not only my ass, all the contractors there. I've seen 4 fights, like yelling matches between the AC guy, the sprinkler guy, the painter, and the plumber. And they're just like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? And that's how it's been. And I've been waiting for the day for this to happen. And I told myself, don't blow up. And he just knows he's got a weird way how he presents his words. He's not outright telling you. He's like beating it into you. Like, I'm King Dingaling. You listen to me, I'm the contractor, and this is what I want done. I was like, it doesn't fucking work that way. I do this. We call it in as we're the fire company. You are not. When the AHJs don't want to see a phone call from them, and I doubt they'll even come out, if that happens. But I'm just like, oh God, and then I lost my shit. Not one of my great times, but I lost my shit, and I said we're done, and I walked away. Yeah. But as I was walking away, I grabbed my phone, I texted my PM, and he called me and laughed. He goes, "So what happened?" I'm like, "Screw you, dude." I literally walked to my van. As I was walking to my van, I texted my PM. I sat in my van, and I just sat there. I was like, God, "What the fuck did I just do?" And I cussed. I usually, when I get mad at like somebody like that, a contractor or just another contractor, I raise my voice. I get mad, but I don't cuss because it's not right to cuss. You shouldn't be doing that to the people that in the end are going to pay the company. I work for a company, so therefore that shit's going to trickle down once it gets to the owner, then the operator, then the management, and then down to the installer. So I lost my shit. Goddamn. I'm only human. I could not take any more of this guy's shit, and that's just not me. I usually walk away, but I can't even remember what he said that set me off. Oh, I know, that's what it was. He was repeating himself, that what he was trying to do was he was trying to get an inspection on us for the sprinkler instead of the sprinkler guys having to call in to get their inspection. And he was wording it in a way where this is how we do it here. I was like, no, it's never been done that way. We call in our inspection. They come in, they look at our wire. Okay, it's good. You can start closing up the walls. That's how it works. But on this one, they had already closed the walls. And that's another story in itself. Those two marshals were pissed that the walls were up. He goes, well, and the guy was like, these walls have been up and ceiling's been up for 6 months. And that guy turned around, he goes, no, they haven't been. And he goes, yes, they have. I've been here for 2 months. So they were up right when, right before I got here. And he goes, sir, I was out here a little after you were here, and there was no walls. So I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, no, no, no. And so he lied to them. And he's trying to backtrack. So he's going through, I got pictures. And he's going through his phone. He can't find the pictures. And he's calling his foreman or his higher up and trying to make his lie go further. And I eyes wide open. I could not fucking believe it. I have never heard anybody straight up lie to the HJ. Now again, they're not cops, but they can shut that whole thing down in a heartbeat. They can be like, you know what? This is a problem. Shut it down until we figure out what it was. And it's been done before. So it's not that I'm saying that, oh, they have this much money. They do if it concerns life safety. So that was my day. And I didn't like it. So now I've got to work on a job site where I yelled at a guy, which is the contractor that we're working for. And I got to deal with him now. And it was a bad mistake for me. So, okay. Let's move on to the next topic because I'm done with that one. All right, lottery. I know everybody's been in this situation where you're standing in line. Yeah, at a racetrack, Wawa, whatever. And the person in front of you is like, yeah, I'd like a ticket 13. I'd like a ticket 5 and an 8. Awesome. And then she goes, oh, yeah, I need these. And it's like quick pick or whatever, but she's got a stack of them, like 15 of them. And there's only one person there because it's like in the midday, or like 1-2 o'clock, where there's no rush, so there's only one person working the register. So I'm standing there, and I'm usually patient with these people. As long as they're past 60, I'll be patient. But if they're in their earlier ages, then I'm impatient. Only because it's like, dude, get your shit together. You shoulda had this shit ready. Yeah, she's pulling it out of the purse. She's, oh, this one's got $8 on it. She goes, oh, well, let me get it. I was like, oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Will you hurry up? Come on, guys. What I'm trying to say is with lottery is that I understand they have lottery machines where you have scratch-offs already in a machine, like a vending machine, but quick pick and all that stuff, that machine that they use, it's probably a federal thing where they're not allowed to touch it. But why can't we go to a machine like a touchscreen and then type and do whatever, type in and do it there, but then it spits it out at the register? I mean, that's feasible. I don't see why that couldn't work. I mean, they do it with the computer. When you swipe your card to do that, you want a receipt, boom, it spits out of that thing. Why can't they have the machine that spits that out, have a window, just its own area? Like when you go over there to fill in your bubbles for Fantasy 5 or whatever, have that station right next to it, or it be the station, no paper, no pencils, and then you just type it all in, boom, it shits it out over there at the little lottery thing next to the POS system, and boom, then you just wait in line like normal and say, hey, that's my lottery. Or it shits you out a ticket like Wawa when you buy a sandwich, and then it goes boom, and then you're like, all right, you take that up, and then they go like this, they scan it, and then you can pay for it. Why is this not hard? Or why is this hard? Sorry. Look, I don't play lottery, so I guess I'm not in tune with how lottery works. I play it every now and then when the Powerball is really big. But other than that, I don't play. I don't do scratch. I do a scratch off twice a year. Just because I get a wild hair at my ass, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get one. Fuck it. And usually what it does, it sucks me in because I win like $10. I'm like, oh, so I'll use the $10 to buy more, and then I lose my ass on it. So I don't know. That happened today, but it was an older woman. Well, it happened earlier today, and then it happened later today. When I went to lunch, and the older woman, I accept defeat on that because she's old, and she was old, like I'm gonna say 70, right around there. And she's, oh, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. And those people, I just let them do their thing. It's all right. Yes, it's because they're old, but it's like I don't want to harass them. Fragile people. I'm gonna end up being like that. Either I'm gonna die first, or I'm gonna be a fragile little old man, and you withering away to nothingness. Oh, it's gonna suck, but it's gonna be cool because I'm gonna be the old man. I'm gonna be like this old dirty old little guy. I'll be like, hey, baby, what's up? And they're gonna be like, ew, screw you. Get away from me, old man. So, whatever. I don't know. There's no way I can be as cool as my dad, so, I'll try my best. Oh, again, screw you guys on fucking Facebook. I put this shit out there. I put this shit out the last time. You can call me either with my phone number, or you can use Facebook, not FaceTime. Just use the little phone icon. Call me, and I'll route you through the board, and we can talk about certain things. So, you motherfuckers. This is shit show number 2. I mean, I bought this fucking iRig to take phone calls. And it's like, as much as you motherfuckers use Facebook and upload the dumbest shit, but yeah, I can see my shit. I got it open. I'm looking at it right now. I'm refreshing this shit so I can find out if anybody's fucking commenting on it, and nobody's fucking doing shit. So you guys suck ass. Fuck all y'all. So, I mean, this is talk. I can port you in. Boom, we can talk about stuff, and none of you motherfuckers are doing it. Goddamn. Am I doing it at the wrong time? Should I be doing it at 8 o'clock versus 7 o'clock? I mean, I'm doing it at 7 o'clock because it's a play on numbers. Come on, I'm Razor Red 7. 7 o'clock. I mean, it works. God damn it. But if you want me to do it at 8, the only reason why I'm not doing it at 8 or 8:30 is because Cash Show and HQ come on. So my phone's going to go beep, and then maybe I should do a Cash Show or an HQ show. I got my phone plugged in. Maybe we can do something with that. Dude, I suck at that game. Oh, God, I suck. Obviously they give you 4 easy questions, and then right after that, curveball to the nuts. And it's like, where is Afghanistan located on Pluto? I'm like, what? Is Pluto a planet still? So I'm confused. And then it says, the garage. Planet X. And then it says, obviously, the answer, which I'm making shit up on the fly, so I don't even know what the fucking real answer is. But, so, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll back out of this, and I'll do another 30 minutes. Well, I'm gonna probably cut this off here right about 26, but I'll do another one, and I'll save this one, and we'll do a Cash Show one. Fuck it. I don't know if there's any legal ramifications against using the audio of Cash Show, but it starts. Where's my phone here? It starts at 8 o'clock. So, let's see. Yeah, Cash Show is cool. If you don't know, oh, I'm getting a phone call. Look at that shit. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I didn't have the fucking. Hold on. I'm knocking shit all over the place. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep.
I pressed the wrong button.
Oh.
What's up, OGB?
Not much. I know I'm calling late.
Yeah, you're about 23 minutes late.
23 minutes? Yep.
That's all right. I'm still recording. No, you know what's weird is I'm on recording on Pro Tracks, and it said like right in the middle of it, right about 17 minutes, it said that the audio uh, recorder was full. Has that ever happened?
Not that I can recall, unless it's whatever the RAM parameters are full. So yeah, I guess it might be.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, all right, I see down on the right disk percentage, and we're running pretty good right
Yeah.
now. But I forgot about that. But no, yeah, it did that. So it's now I have a chop right in between the cast, so I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to slide that over a bit, so it's gonna have a little chop, and there's no way I can re-edit that unless I move it, out of each other, and then do like an opening, and do it that way. So, oh man, I just talked about this already. I don't know if you saw the Facebook thing, but
Yeah.
I yelled at a contractor today.
Awesome.
Now, not a just a working contractor. I mean, I yelled at the contractor.
Right.
Yeah, the one that I'm doing the job for. And oh shit. Well, all right. There's four contractors out there. They're all under the same company, but there's one guy that is new. He's about 2 months old, and he has literally been pissing off all the other contractors. He just walks around and says, "Why aren't you doing this fast enough?" and blah blah blah. And I've seen screaming matches from the plumbers, the sprinkler, the painter, and the tile guys. And
The candlestick maker.
the, I wish there was one of those guys out there. So I had my rough-in inspection today on the entrance, the lobby. So it's the lobby. It's got offices and stuff like that. It was called in. Two inspectors showed up, a woman and a man. And I already knew the guy, but the woman was new. But I've heard about her that she's very thorough. She comes across mean, but she's not. And now I understand what they were saying because this is my first time meeting her. And she does. She comes across stern, but not unfair. So she still passed us, but they were looking at other stuff too, like the sprinklers and fire caulk and stuff like that, and telling that guy, you need to get this done, blah blah blah, and, and this guy's like, and the other thing, that our penetrations aren't caulked, so they're like, well, you need to get that caulk. I'm sorry, we don't do fire caulk, so I'll have the people that do, I'll have them caulk it, so when the next time you do the other side for inspection, you can look at that. Well, he looked up and said, well, I remember the last time I was here, this ceiling wasn't done, and I could see up there, and now the ceiling's done, now I can't see. And the contractor said, no, you're wrong. That ceiling's been up for 5 months. He goes, I'm sorry, sir. It has not been. I was here about 2 months ago, and there was no ceiling. I've been in and out of this place for the past 6 months. I've been trying to keep a tab on it. And he's right, because I was there and he showed up for no fucking reason. I'm like, what the hell is he doing here? Oh, I was just wondering if you got that thing done. I was like, oh fuck, yeah, I got it done. So that all went down. They were wondering why pull stations weren't on at doors and all that stuff. I was like, these are approved prints by y'all. So it's like, you're telling yourself then. But anyways, no, it's the memory care. So over here in Stewart, they don't put pull stations at the doors, only on admin side. Which on our prints there is none. So they leave, they sign the prints, they say, you know what, get those done. So when we come back, perfect. We were joking, having a good time in the trailer, and they left. So I went to go to my van, so I stopped to take a piss at the portalet. When I got out of the portalet, that motherfucker goes, hey! And I usually don't answer to hey, but I turned around, I looked, and he's pointing at me. And I'm like, usually they're like, low voltage guy, fire guy. Nope, it was hey. So he walks up to me, and he goes, look. And he is in my personal circle, like my little bubble. Yeah, I don't like people. I don't like people talking to me up in my face, and that's how he was. He leans in, and I'm like, so I looked dead in his eye, and I took one step back, and he just kind of looked, but he kept talking his shit. saying that, look, when you're calling in an inspection, I need to know so I can schedule uh, the fire sprinkler inspection and all that at the same time. I was like, sir, it doesn't work that way. He goes, yes, it does. I was like, no, it doesn't. He goes, do you know that they're not done? I was like, okay. And that's all I said. I said, okay, because I don't know if they're done or not. And so he keeps going on about the fire sprinklers. And then in midway, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you trying to say? I was like, because it doesn't work that way. When we call it in, it's for us. But, well, they like to look at everything. I was like, because they're inspectors. You know, it's like, obviously you don't understand what I'm saying. He goes, no, you don't understand what I'm saying. No, I understand it. It sounds like you don't understand. And that's how I went with it. He goes, look, when you call in an inspection, tell me. We got to make sure the sprinkler guys are done so we can do the inspection together. I was like, again, it doesn't work that way. They're there for me. He goes, but they look at everything. So let's get them done at the same time. I was like, no, it doesn't work that way. And he goes, and then he started saying something, nothing about what I did, about, the fire sprinklers aren't done. The mains aren't connected. They don't have this done. And he's raising his voice. So I went, fuck the goddamn sprinkler system. I am not an installer for sprinkler system. We did not call a fire inspection for the sprinkler system. I'm done. Bye. And I walked off. But I literally cussed him. I yelled at him, and then I walked away. Oh, dude, I was mad. I don't normally do that. If I'm going to yell at somebody, I'm not going to cuss you, especially a contractor.
All right.
Oh, God. I went to my van. I sat in my van. Doors closed. I didn't even turn it on. No AC. I just sat there and just sweated. I was like, what the fuck did I just do? It's like, oh, my God. I just yelled at a fucking contractor. Oh, God. But
How
he's...
long it take for your phone to ring?
Oh, no. On my way to the van, I was so fucking mad. I texted my PM and said, look, I just chewed out one of the contractors. Then he's, nothing. One of the contractors out, and I'm sorry. That's usually not my thing. And I also cussed him. And my phone rang immediately. I was like, hey. And he goes, what happened? But in a joking voice. He was like laughing. I was like, you motherfucker. I was like, so this is what happened. And he goes, dude, don't worry about it. I was like, really? He goes, dude, that's the same guy that yelled at me when I was there. I was like, what were you doing here? He goes, I was waiting for the inspectors, and he said, you can't have your inspection today because we haven't called it in. He goes, that's not how, and he even told him that's not how it works. We call it in, and then we have it done. He goes, no. We have to call it in. I'm the contractor. We call it in, and that's how it works. He goes, no. And I guess my PM yelled at the same guy. He goes, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Go back to your trailer. I was like, damn, dude. He goes, dude, I'm tired of that guy. He's like, that's like the third or fourth time he's done some shit to me. I was like, really? We're pretty close on how many times he's done shit to us. Oh, fuck. It was a terrible day. But thank God it happened at the end of the day. So we were already packing up and shit. So what a fucking piece of shit. So I got a good topic for you. Other than that, because you don't have to deal with that shit. I know we've talked about this before. You know lottery.
Yep.
Doesn't it just fucking piss you off?
Down the road, right?
What?
That's the guy that lives down the road.
Lottery?
What about it? Of course I know what lottery is.
Of course, shut up. I mean, all right, that's not what I meant by that. What I'm saying is that lottery, you know those people that stand in line, then they get there, and then they have like a stack of fucking lottery. It's at a time where you should be able to get in and get out of the gas station, and then...
Oh, yeah, they do it at 5 o'clock.
Oh, God, this happened today. But it was an older woman, and if they're above like 60 or 70, I'm patient because they're slow. So I'm just like, okay, I'm patient. And there was one lady one time at the place close to the house. She was like, I'm so sorry. I'm just old. I'm trying to be quick. I was like, man, you need more time than me. And this is what I told her. She goes, oh, I appreciate it. I don't think she got what I was saying. But this happened today. And she goes, oh, well, I have these tickets. Can you run them? That's all she went up there for. Okay, cool. she had him ran. Oh, you got $8 on this one, $5 on this one. She goes, oh, well, let me get a 13. Oh my God, damn it. So, what do you think should happen? I have a good idea of how they should redo this. Either have a lottery outlet, store, kiosk, something, or when you purchase food or whatever at a gas station, you run your card, you put your numbers in, and then they ask you, do you want a receipt? If you say yes, it spits that receipt out, and you get it. Or like Wawa, you go to a station, you type in your numbers, you do your thing, it shits you out a damn a receipt, and then you go over there, it's already printed out. So you hand in the receipt, they go, deet, you pay for it, and you get your fucking lottery tickets. Come on. Do you agree?
Yeah, I heard you.
I
know it's a pain in the butt.
We have.
I see in a lot of places, especially when it's busy, like more lotteries, like get 500 million. When people decide to start playing, they will, like racetracks, will open up one line, say lotto only.
Will they?
People are ridiculous. Oh yeah.
I've never seen that.
I've seen them do it at Publix. They made a special line one time for Publix because everybody had to get their lotto tickets right away, and they're clogging up the whole store trying to get them. So yeah, they will. When it's big enough, they will make lotto lines.
I've never seen that.
It would be nice though if they had an all-the-time lotto line. They have 2 people working behind the registers.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't do that when you have 15 people in line. You can only have 1 person behind the register.
Which happened today. There's 4 registers, and one of them was open, and I was the only one behind her, so I was like, oh, cool. After watching her, so I looked back, I was like, holy shit, there's 5 people behind me. I was like, oh, goddamn. But I don't know. Whatever. If they're older, it's fine. If you're young, get your shit together. Be like, all right, boom. I've actually seen a guy, excuse me, he was younger. I think he was probably in his 25, 26. He went in there, saw the line, and waited at the register until it got to the last person, and then he got in line. I was like, what was that? And I was just walking. I was in there, so I saw him just sitting there with his lottery slips. And then I went over there. Then I got in line. He said, no, go ahead. Okay, why? He said, oh, I got lottery. Okay, it's never stopped anybody else. And no, I got a lot of them. I got like 20 of them that need to get ran. I was like, oh, well, that's fucking cool. He understands that people don't want to wait for your lottery ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More people don't do that.
I wish they did. God damn. I mean, that was cool, but I mean, it doesn't happen much because I guess you're right, because the amount is not high enough. But I'm gonna actually look into that because what do we have? 190 something million? I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I'm just guessing.
I haven't either. I haven't looked at it in a while.
Yeah, we're not.
I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
I won't win.
Yeah, we're not lottery folk. We don't do the lottery.
No, I don't live in a trailer by ourselves, or we don't already have millions of dollars, so there's no reason for us to win.
Is that the demographic?
Yeah, pretty much. Those are the only people that win the things most of the time.
Trailer trash and rich people.
That 20-something-year-old won last time, the big one.
Oh, no shit.
Pretty cool, but usually it's people that don't need it, or people that are going to end up giving it to their cats when they die in 2 years.
They gotta get their cats a goddamn bank account, and I don't know how they're gonna swipe the card. Oh, I hit the microphone. Sorry. The White Claw's flowing. Oh, shit.
I got something funny to tell you, too, when we're done. I can't say it on here.
Oh, you can rephrase it.
No, I can't.
Okay. Well, you want me to end? I'm pushing 40, so...
yeah, if you want to go ahead and end it, go ahead.
All right, well, I'm going to do my outro, so I need to hang up the phone. I'll call you back.
Oh, okay.
All right, see ya. That was OGB, folks, man. He is the one that funded... Oh, sorry. He's the one that funded the microphones for this podcast. So I appreciate it, buddy. But I know I have to work it off. I got to put a roof on his shed. So, but we're going to end this show on a good note. Now, see, all you have to do is call in. You don't have to use, he's got my number, obviously. He's one of my best friends. But you can call in using Facebook Messenger. Just use the little telephone. and that should suffice. I mean, it's gonna come through my phone anyways, and that's how I have it hooked up. So until next time, I'm gonna get out of here. So razorred7.podbean.com. I will embed the show right onto the Facebook feed. You just click on that and you can hear the rest of the podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and good night.